All right, and welcome back to the Expert Mode League qualifiers here. We are on to a loser semifinal match. Both these players already qualified here, but needing to complete this bracket here, I'm Philly Doe, joined by Mini Matt.
Hello.
We've got same format as we've seen these past races here, so it'll be 20 minutes. They both start, it's a predetermined playlist. They'll both be playing starting at the same course. They have 5 skips and trying to clear as many as they can. In the event of a tie, as we had just our last match, we've had quite a few interesting overtime games. But in the event, they'll go to an overtime match, and it'll be the course after whoever is sort of on the farthest along course in the bracket there. So that is the format, and they'll be trying to go as far as they can here.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, did you mention the overtime condition?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I didn't catch the last half. Yeah, it's been an amazing day. Every race has been so good in so many different ways. Both Dimitri and Koopa have been playing out of their minds today, so this is going to be no different.
Yeah, certainly, and they're off here, so getting right into it. Fantastic car race is our first stage. Personally, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I'm not a fan of the car, but
look, it's going to be fantastic. The stage told me so.
Oh, so it's going to be one of those. And it's 30 seconds now.
Dimitri not even taking a moment on this stage.
You don't even need the car to make those jumps, I don't think. This is quite for a 30-second. The car is so awkward to use.
Oh no!
Well, both of you see some confusion there out of Koopa. This is just one of those courses where there are strange things afoot. Dimitri has noped out, moved on.
Yeah. Koopa made a face looking like he just drank a glass of milk that was unexpectedly sour, and used the skip themselves as well.
So, onto a interesting looking course. Dimitri going for a P-switch jump there. Actually, if you make that could probably get you going a lot faster. You wouldn't have to deal with that nonsense from those the bullet bill cannons there.
Yeah, the falling blasters are definitely bizarre, but it looks like Dimitri was just kind of able to outpace them. Saves the proper amount of shells. Oh, this looks like the beginning of...
Got some weird snakes.
Yeah, everyone's favorite, slow snake blocks.
Well, and so many times there's just no direction. Like right there. Like,
it's a leap
you can't
of faith
tell
to the
that
right.
You have to jump right? Like, the second time, sure, but... Oh, and we got some weird flying cage Bowser battle here.
Oh, this is definitely a cage that will... a level that will give you... motion sickness if you're susceptible to it.
Yeah, look away now. This is with all the wings everywhere too, and
the stage is moving, the enemies are moving.
That door is actually kind of hard to get into because it keeps moving around, and yeah. Well, got into it there.
Okay.
So they can see the flag. You can't.
There is a shenanigan that these players have to achieve.
Yeah, and Koopa going for it right now. You can.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Koopa has solved the riddle.
The other way to do it, I believe, is the way that Dimitri's going after it right now. If you're small, Mario or Toad in this case, you can, I believe, just slide into the P-switch. Because you can slide partially underneath, I think, but I'm not sure that always works.
We're about to find out.
Have to be...
There
yeah,
it is.
Okay, so they grabbed it there. Yeah, so that's...
So, Koopa's a little bit ahead due to some creative cheese, but it's a very close race still.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, and I mean, really, two ways to go about that stage there, both, I think, just really equally effective. The P-switch was the intended strat. Actually, a little bit more risky because you need to both lose all your power-ups and then still get through that door where the Bowser and then Boom Boom and everything is respawned, so...
Right, and with how the door is not necessarily on screen 100% of the time.
Yeah, a little bit janky, that's for sure. So, both now on a jungle course here. Not sure exactly what's going on, but a lot of spikes, a lot of water, some pipes. There's some funky things going on. Oh, wow. Okay, so needing to beat the bullets there.
Both players had good instincts, made it past.
Yeah, just go up, right? You see that kind of thing, and you just want to get past them there. So both make it into the next pipe here. Well, then that's the end. So within about 2 seconds of each other.
So we're basically tied now. It's 2-2 for both players.
Yes, indeed.
I believe both of them skipped the same stage, right? So it's dead even.
Yes, yeah, they both skipped that one.
Speedrun.
All right. I believe the score on Koopa's side there does show 0 clears at the moment, but they do both have 2. So
yeah, it's currently dead even. So levels like this, when it's even, are very interesting because, like, the bill is a good example here. There's a lot of knowledge checks where once you know what you're supposed to do, you'll do it every time. But unless you run into that part of the stage and die, it's almost impossible to know what the right answer was. So when both players are on pace, every time they die without getting to the next knowledge check is a huge amount of time wasted.
Yeah, and that said, though, Koopa picked... So, the nice thing about speedruns, though, and you're absolutely correct about all those knowledge checks, and it's certainly... Oh, as Dimitri grabs it there, too, so
good stuff.
Now tied at 3. The nice thing about at least a lot of speedrun courses is, to a certain extent, just hold right. Right, you know?
Yeah, but the best choice is usually jump at the farthest right of the platform at full speed. So it's not like every single one is going to catch you, but if there are those types of checks where you can't really get out of them without getting hit by it once, every one of those attempts is going to be necessary by both players, right?
Yeah, well, and certainly on, like, sort of those, like adventure style levels, you know, like where you have, you know, something like this, like a castle where there's, you know, tight, you know, platforming, things like that, but is not sort of designed to be completed necessarily super fast, and so having, you know, a lot of sections, not quite sure what's up. Bit of an auto scroll here.
Very strict at the beginning, but yeah, Dimitri almost fell for the coin trap.
Koopa does get the coin, so he'll...
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, he can jump underneath there and get it still, but... So, both now with the checkpoint. Some spring and other things going on. We'll see.
Auto-scroller part 2?
Yes, yeah, another... the stage looks pretty well designed. It's a sort of a, you know, like I was saying, there's sort of an adventure, sort of, you know... progressive level with checkpoint. This is the type of level, if you're doing your own sort of endless expert stage, this is what you want to see, because they're usually not too tough. It's more so the amount of time that you put in. You know, if I saw this personally while I was playing the game, I'd be pretty happy with a stage like this, but, you know, see how long they take. But they both now found the end, so...
And again, dead even, 4-4.
Yeah. Yeah, the clear counter on Koopa's side not going up at the moment, but they do both have 4 if you're just joining us.
Yeah, and it looks like we're getting that cleared up real quick.
Dimitri, though, looks like he has found another one. So we'll now be 5-4 in favor of him. So anyway, this is it's a precision twirl jump, I believe, is what this stage is. Got to just make it under those
it's worth attempts, right?
Right. It's so fast. You lose what, 5 seconds.
You lose more time loading the level than you do actually trying to make the jump.
Yeah.
And there it is.
And there we go. So 4 attempts, I would say certainly well worth it. That's the type of stage too, of course, when players like, skill like this, they know that that's something they're going to be able to make pretty easily, right? So.
Yeah, that would definitely not be a level worth skipping under any circumstance.
So, where's the Koppa car is the name of this stage. So...
The Koppa station.
I believe this is like one of the title screen levels that you get when you first launch the game, but there's no car at the moment, which I believe there is, right? Because there's a car right at the start.
Oh my god.
But there's no Koppa car as the level.
It's like my favorite Twitch emotes. Koppa, PogChomp, Franker J, all the good ones.
Right. Yeah. What is this stage? I mean, it's I believe just a remake of one of the title ones, but
just no car.
And of course, Meowser. No good new soup stage would be complete without Meowser, right? That's
what a jump! What a maneuver!
Wow.
Dimitri makes it to the flag.
Koopa actually saw the flag, but was just short of it there on his final attempt, and unfortunately dies. He knows what to do now, but it's...
This is actually pretty hilarious.
It's actually not that bad of a stage. It's just... I mean, normally I would say that any stage of the Koopa car is bad, but I feel like this one maybe is worse without it. Hard to say for sure. That said, though, Dimitri picks up a star and is on to the next whatever this is.
Win condition is picking up 2 of those 10 coins. Oh my god!
Gets crushed by a flying
skipped
block. Yeah.
Dimitri not willing to tolerate that madness for one more attempt.
Very janky looking level, so... Another very similar clear condition on the next one, though, needing to grab 450 spots, I believe. So, and I believe the title of the level is hit all of the boxes. Okay, so there's, so power-ups and stuff in there, I believe would probably give you sort of the keys to what you need probably to go through the level. But so far, Dimitri has not hit all the boxes, but... you can't always trust the difference.
Yeah, when a level looks like this, sometimes you just gotta assume that someone's lying to you at some point.
Koopa looking for the perfect time and makes the jump. So we'll be up to 6 clears now. So tied up once again.
Dimitri, he's standing still for a second, just trying to figure out... Oh, he was waiting for the Galoombas.
Yeah, there's a whole pile of them down there. So he's able to get the flag now. So yeah, it's gonna take the hit. Has to be careful here. We'll need to likely keep throwing that Galoomba into the other ones, I think, to get through. And has...
They're gonna be okay, but
Well, has a mushroom, but... Okay, so there we go. He's able to get out there. Oh, looks like they're thinking, and they do skip it there, maybe just seeing all the Galoombas and stuff at the end, not wanting to
take it
any further.
That does bring them up to 3 skips.
Yes, yeah.
Which is actually good at this point, considering there's only 7 minutes left.
Yeah, you want to have used a couple of them, unless you have levels that are, very clearly going to be beatable right away. This one, Koopa can see the end now. Did stick with it. Dimitri skipped this level. So
this could be big for Koopa.
I think needing to get over the top. This is a bit janky, but looks to have made some height progress. Does take the hit, unfortunately.
This could be a trap. A visible flag that is going to take 2-3 minutes of attempts to figure out how to get to it. Yeah, there's the skip.
Yeah, and look, there's the skip. I think it was one of the ones where you needed to get over the top, but they lost the cat costume. And, oh, and a death for Dimitri there right near the flag of just a spam of junk, really, all there at the end. So
yeah, that's one of those knowledge checks we were talking about earlier. Now that Dimitri knows that the end of the level is a clown fiesta, they're gonna go in there prepared for it.
Yeah, and look, just going over the top through spring garbage, just to the left. There we go. Dimitri
pulls ahead, 7-6.
Yeah, and see if Koopa finds the end of this one.
And it's important to note that in this format, even though Dimitri is ahead with 5 minutes left, if Koopa gets one more clear and Dimitri gets stuck, they can get forced into overtime. So
yeah.
being ahead by 1 puts you into forced overtime range. In this format,
was that Koopa's third or fourth skip? Sorry to just...
Did they skip again? That would have been their third if they skipped again. But yeah, just to finish the thought, in this format in particular, you're not safe unless you're up by 2. Because you need that buffer so they can't get a cheeky flag in the last 5 seconds and tie it up and force you into overtime.
Right, and actually, like, we see that quite a lot, like, even within the regular league, that 2 buffer being so important. Like, a lot of matches get, so close, and like you say, right in the last few moments, just find a flag, and...
Right, and at that point, like, if you've been in a level for 3 minutes, even if you're an inch away from the flag, all 3 of those minutes might as well not have existed. So getting that buffer of 2 is just such a good place to be, right?
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what's going on Dimitri's side. There's some...
I'm pretty sure Magic Koopas can transform the flag, and you have to kill the one that transformed it to get it back or something like that. Yes,
well, yeah, that is what's happening. It's just, there's a lot of nonsense going on. So, see, and as you see there right at the end, it got replaced.
Yeah, it's... Oh, this is a gross stage.
So this might actually be not... Oh, it just dies right at the end. And I believe that was some of the last Koopas there as well. The Magic Koopas, of course.
It looks like they found the strat.
Yeah, just sort of hop up top and let the shell... The problem is when the shell goes behind it,
perfect. Optimal plan. Dimitri knew that would happen, saw into the future, and got that mythical... +2 that we've been talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. That smart play too. Well, that said though, Koopa grabs one here, so back now within 1. There's a checkpoint right at after the flag there. Actually, I didn't notice that on the previous clear on that. Gets the world record on it.
Right. There's also a non-zero chance that well, first Koopa's gonna have to skip this level, but if they do. There's not zero chance they'll pick up the shell, throw it at the Magic Koopas, and just stumble into finishing it in like 4 seconds.
Right, well, and that's exactly it too, right? Like, and plus, especially if that on-off shell like Dimitri had there, that on-off, the shell goes past and then hits the on-off switch on the other side, and then from there they were able to just drop right down onto the axe there.
Oh my god!
And get
unbelievable. That's the first real good old-fashioned Kaizo death I think we've seen in quite a bit.
Yeah, I believe so. That's Koopa onto a Link level now. So all the new stuff, of course, with the...
And clears it. Real quick.
Yeah. Wow. with the bow and arrow there is what I was going after, but Dimitri picks up a clear as well, so it'll now be 9-8 in favor of Dimitri there.
With only a minute and a half left. This is prime time for a last-second overtime.
Well, the world record on the stage Koopa just loaded up is 5 seconds.
I think it's the shell one. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes.
So if they figure out the optimal strategy instantly, they could just finish... Oh, that's not how you do it.
Well, the thing is, too, it also depends on, like... Because so many of them move right away, and then some of them... Like, you can get more of one shell depending on when you throw it, right?
Right. And, like, their teleport pattern is also semi-random. The big thing I'm noticing what's happening to Koopa is they're jumping right before the Magic Koopas shoot. And what that's doing is creating a situation where they don't have any safe space to land. Right,
because, then it's in the air, right? Now, it certainly can be hard not to jump. Well, the flag is back, but...
Oh, unblockable.
It's so tough not to get trapped into that corner, and of course with no power-up.
Meanwhile, Dimitri has a very chaotic stage that seems to be full of cat suits. Oh, skips the checkpoint. I love that. That's so smart. With 10 seconds left in the race, the only chance you hit the flag is if you just go as fast as possible.
Right, yeah, and it's... Well,
did it? Oh my god, it really mattered. That 2 seconds, if they would have taken the checkpoint, they would not have gotten that flag.
Yeah, and absolutely.
That decision-making was so important. It didn't turn out to matter in this specific circumstance, but if Koopa had finished this level, skipping that checkpoint is literally the choice that would have won it for Dimitri.
Yeah, and if Dimitri keeps this sort of stuff up in the league, that's going to get them a lot of points. Certainly, a lot of levels. If you think ahead like that, very smart play to skip the checkpoint. I love to see that. So GG's to both players.
Yeah, that was a fantastic race.
Yeah, very close one there. GG to both players there, certainly.
And, really quick, I just want to ask Dimitri kind of what we were just talking about. That decision-making to skip the checkpoint in the last level got you that clear. That was such a good snap decision. What were you thinking at that moment when you decided to just go straight down the pipe?
I'm either going to beat this or not. Just go. Who cares about the checkpoint? It's just wasting time to go to the right. So, I just went for it. And then it paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. You got that clear with like 2 seconds left. So, yeah, certainly that's the sort of thing that'll get you clears.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a close race. Both of you were 3 skips to 3 skips. How do you feel about how that race went, Koopa?
Well, definitely I should have. There's 2 levels I wanted to skip, and I didn't. It ended up taking a lot more time than I expected. But overall, I still think that was decent. I liked it.
Yeah, that's always a tough choice to make. And unfortunately, we are short on time, so we're just going to have to move on straight to the next match. It's going to be Dimitri versus Doomsday next, and this is going to be my last block, so thank you for having me, everyone. It's been a great time, and stay tuned for the next match.